skilled solo parent and hardworking mom. Today's episode informs you about the nowadays Filipina. They say times change, but in the Philippines, the changes in relationships, dating, and intimacy among young women are now happening at lightning speed. The nowadays Filipina, especially teenagers in high school, is experiencing relationships and sexual encounters much earlier than her older sisters, her mothers, and certainly her grandmothers ever did. This is not just a whisper in the community anymore. It's a reality backed by stories, social media posts, and even some alarming statistics. When I say nowadays Filipina, I am not talking about every woman in the country, but rather the modern, urban or semi-urban young Filipina who is growing up with a smartphone in hand before she's even finished puberty. Immersed in social media culture, from TikTok trends to dating apps. Influenced by westernized entertainment, where casual dating and sexual freedom are normalized. Living in faster, less traditional communities where extended family influence is weaker and peer influence is stronger. The nowadays Filipina is a mix of traditional values she grew up hearing and modern, sometimes risky, behaviors she sees, hears, and imitates daily. In past generations, most women were taught to value virginity until marriage, not just as a moral value but as a matter of family pride and honor. Dating was slow, supervised, and often involved the family's approval before anything romantic happened. Conversation about sex were taboo even between mother and daughter. Most girls married in their early 20s with little to no sexual experience beforehand. Nowadays, teen dating starts earlier. Some already have boyfriends in elementary school. Privacy has increased. Phones, social media, and after school activities give more unsupervised moments. Virginity is no longer universally tied to a woman's worth in the eyes of her peers, and in some cases, being sexually active is seen as a sign of maturity or popularity. The reasons why many lose virginity earlier are: Number 1, social media pressure and peer influence. TikTok dances, Instagram posts, and trends often sexualize young girls and normalize romantic or sexual content. Peer groups talk openly about relationships and sex, making those who haven't experienced it feel left out or childish. Number 2, earlier exposure to sexual content. Access to pornography and explicit content is far easier now, sometimes even accidentally. This exposure can normalize sexual activity before emotional maturity is ready for it. Number 3, changing dating culture. More unsupervised dates, more private time with boyfriends, and fewer strict parental rules compared to the past. Some parents are working abroad or too busy, leaving less supervision. Number 4, declining influence of traditional values. Religion and family honor still exist, but are no longer the powerful shame factor they once were. The narrative of save yourself for marriage is not as heavily enforced, especially in urban centers. Number 5, romanticization of young love. Key dramas, Hollywood movies, and local teleseries often depict early romance as passionate, exciting, and worth risking everything for. Girls may mistake infatuation for deep love, leading to decisions they wouldn't have made with more life experience. Number 6, economic and emotional factors. Some young girls enter relationships for gift, support, or escape from stressful home environments. Emotional vulnerability can make them more susceptible to sexual pressure from partners. Losing virginity early doesn't automatically mean a ruined life, but it can lead to challenges such as unplanned pregnancies, dropping out of school, emotional regret or heartbreak, strained family relationships, and long term trust issues in future relationships. The nowadays Filipina isn't inherently worse or better than past generations. She is simply growing up in a radically different environment. The mix of social media, changing values, and more privacy has shifted the timeline of sexual experiences, often pushing them much earlier than before. The challenge is not to shame, but to understand why this is happening, and to equip young women with guidance, confidence, and the ability to make decisions that protect their future. Thank you for subscribing, watching, and donating to my channel. We are family. See you the next episode.